Yo, yo, yo. If you tune in to me, you watching Gully TV. Listen, I got something I want to share with y'all. As you all know, if you follow my platform, I uploaded a video a few days ago where I interviewed a correctional officer that worked at USP Marion in the federal prison system. And he spoke about, of course, the 35-year war between the DC Blacks and the Aryan Brotherhood. And this is a very interesting topic. I think not only myself, but everyone probably is attracted to the topic. The video that I did is doing really well. I noticed that after I uploaded the video that the DC Blacks and the Aryan Brotherhood became a topic on the internet. Like, I'm seeing other videos. People, I'm basically telling y'all, I'm watching people piggyback my videos, right? So there's nothing I could do about it. Like I said, it's a very interesting topic, but I would like to take this time to break down the difference between a black convict and a white convict. I'm going to tell you why. While watching a lot of these videos about the Aryan Brotherhood and DC Blacks, I'm reading in the comments, and you have people who serve time in these institutions. They're home now and they're on the internet and they comment on these videos. So you got it was a video about the DC Blacks and a group called the Pisces. I guess that's some maybe a Asian gang or something like that. They kind of strong on the West Coast, but they tore up a prison yard. The Blacks and the Pisces or whatever. And this video said that the Pisces basically got the best of the black inmates during this war. And somebody was in the comments, they was like, yo, man, whenever I hear about a war going down in jails, the blacks are always on a losing end of it. Why is that? Why do you think that is and shit? So, of course, you had somebody respond. Somebody was like, blacks lose their battles a lot of times because they're not organized like the rest of the groups that they're beefing with, like the Pisces and the Aryan Brotherhood and shit like that. So when I heard that shit, I'm black. That shit, it bothered me and shit, like, cause I see it a lot too. I be reading these old stories and I be watching these videos and documentaries, and I'm seeing the same thing that everybody else see. The blacks lose a lot of fucking wars and shit, when it comes down to going to war in these institutions and shit. And I believe I understand, in my heart I understand why it's this way. It's because of this. I noticed this when I was doing my state time, that when you Puerto Rican, it don't matter what city you're from. You can go over to their picnic table and get love. They're gonna, take care of you, talk to you, da 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 da. I've also seen that you can have a Puerto Rican guy from a city like New York, and he's in an institution, and he run into a cousin from Philadelphia. Like, that's how it is on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, the blacks and the and other groups going to war in prisons. And what you have is, when it comes to the black car, first thing that niggas place at the top of all priorities is geography. Where the guy from? You dig? Being geographical is that's just how black people is, man. I don't know whether it comes from the fact that we were broken down into tribes and shit like that, but yeah, it's a geographical thing. Meaning, if I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, and you got a guy from Texas or Baltimore or Philly or New Jersey, and we don't know each other, we probably not gonna fuck with each other. We probably not gonna blend. You know what I mean? We tend to look at other black men as strangers or a threat, with reason, because of the double crosses, the murders, the shit that happens to us on the streets before we even get to the jail. So, if guys used to being double crossed by people who look like him, they're not gonna assimilate and, move on the same accord in jail. Getting back to it took a few days for this video that I'm doing right now to come into fruition. I watched a video about a guy, a convict in Utah. His name was Troy Kells, and he was a white supremacist. And if you've seen his documentary, you've seen he killed a black guy, stabbed him a whole bunch of times, stabbed him all in his head, dogged him out, and started screaming white power. He's a white supremacist. And the fact that he came to jail with maybe an assault case or something like that, or maybe a murder. Let's say he came with a murder, or whatever the case it was that he came with. White guys, they don't have no problem with convicts. They don't have no problem with staying in the joint. They don't. I've seen, and anybody that's watching this, if you ever went to the parole board or if you ever went up for parole with the white boys, like if it's some white boys going up for parole with you, you know that you want to get in that office and see that parole board and talk to them and shit, and, get your situation taken care of before one of these crazy ass white boys go in the office. For some reason, white boys can do fucking time like barbaric. I'm serious, like they don't give a fuck. Black men, convicts, even if a black guy got multiple life sentences, he trying to get back. He trying to get that shit back. His whole, he's trying to get out of jail. He's trying to get out. You can have a black guy buried. He think he getting out one day. He trying to get out. White guys, if they got some cigarettes and some coffee, they don't give a fuck. Them niggas can go to a private island, man, with Tasmanian devils running around on the island. If them niggas got their coffee and cigarettes, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. Getting back to going into the fucking office, the parole office, with the white boys and shit. White boy go in the fucking parole office and tell them to kiss his ass. Tell everything that he premeditated. I don't give a fuck, man. My old lady, she left me 5 years ago, or she left me 3 years ago. She ran off with my buddy. I don't give a fuck about parole. How much more time you got before you make parole? Man, I got 5 more years. I'm just gonna do it all. And I be looking at him like, this cracker crazy as a motherfucker. Like, he don't even want to go home. He don't even care. He just went to the parole board, tell them to kiss his ass. You dig what I'm saying? And I can't. I've thought and sat around for a few days, man, and I can't recall no white boys that I encountered in jail that couldn't jail. Like, they can do time. They can do time, man. They can do fucking time. Black guys, maybe it's due to, our upbringing or our pedigree. Black people be trying to get to some comfort, man. Black people be trying to get to some comfort, man. Seriously, like, a nigga be trying to get to some comfort, man. Them white boys, them niggas do whole time, man. They don't give a fuck. Them niggas sleep on the fucking floor. They don't give a fuck. Them niggas sleep on the floor, man. Tell the CO, man, I ain't taking no fucking shower. Get the fuck away from my door. They just hardcore criminals. So when I'm watching the history on the Aryan Brotherhood and the DC Blacks, and there's one thing that's constant through the history of this shit, right? And it's the white boys, they don't give a fuck about catching a new fucking case. Like, them, Barry, the ones that built that shit, I got to watching shit from. I think another reason why the Aryan Brotherhood is so strong, they've been around a long time. Like they built that shit in the '70s in California, and like Tracy and San Quentin and all of them. That shit come from out there, right? Them white boys was killing like a motherfucker early, early in the history of the organization. Early in the history of the Aryan Brotherhood organization, they was killed before it got to Barry Mills and them, before it got to Tyler Bingham, before it got to Thomas Silverstein. Them white boys was killing up shit, man, in them institutions. Like, of course, they've had long drawn out issues with black people and on the West Coast, the Black Guerrilla Family and shit like that. Them motherfuckers is crazy. Like white boys can do time, man. They can do time, man. There was a part during the story that this guy was telling, one of the videos that I watched about the Pisces and the DC Blacks, and he was telling how it was a part during a battle when the COs had appeared and was like, yo, put y'all weapons down. Da, da, da. So the black guys threw their weapons down, man. They was trying to be done with the shit, like ready to lock up, putting their hands up, ready to lock up. So the Pisces, when they picked them weapons up, was trying to get at them like, yeah, and this is a part of a war. And I'm like, I don't know how war ready black men are in regards to that institution shit on the streets. We'll kill up some shit on the streets. Normally our own people that look like us, but in regards to those prison wars, if you got 50 black guys about to go to war in a prison yard, 30 of them niggas, probably 40, would rather be doing something else, would rather be going to the visitor room. Like, out of them 50, it's 30. Like, damn, man, my bitch coming in another week. I gotta get away from these crazy ass niggas. Like, let me get away from these crazy ass niggas, yo. Like, man, we trying to get a package in. Like, we trying to get some motherfucking dope in this motherfucker. We trying to get some money. I'm trying to get me a bankroll. I'm trying to send some money home to my girl so she can get her hair done and come up to this motherfucker to see me and probably bring a little something with her. But that's where black men mind be at. And the white boys don't get it fucked up. They call the Aryan Brotherhood the heroin brotherhood. They about getting a package in too, right? But they about killing, yo. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like that's a high priority with the Aryan Brotherhood, the killing, the brutality. I did my history on the DC Blacks too, and I don't want to just make this about the Aryan Brotherhood and the DC Blacks, because the Aryans beef with who beef with them. Like, if you want some static, they'll give it to you. But this is mainly because the members, the white convict, do not care about staying in prison. White boys will get a 5 to 10 year sentence and do the whole dime. Go tell the parole board on the second year, 2 years in, man, I'm doing all this shit. I don't give a fuck about parole. Man, I ain't going to do no programs. I'm not doing no fucking programs. I'm not getting no GED. I'm not going to fucking school. And I'm not working. I'm going to sit in my cell all day and smoke fucking buckhorn cigarettes and drink fucking coffee. You dig what I'm saying? Half of the time, them niggas they don't even come out. They don't even be going to the fucking chow hall to eat. Long as they got fucking tobacco, and coffee, they don't give a fuck about doing time. I'm serious. And if you look at the history of them fucking Aryan Nation niggas, them Aryan Brotherhood dudes, they got a history of coming to jail with something insignificant, a 2 to 4 year sentence. They got a 2 to 4. Some of the leadership, like Barry Mills and those guys, just come to jail with a regular case, burglary, robbery, whatever, and kill a motherfucker while they there and stay there until the sun burn out. Until the fucking sun burn out. Stay in fucking jail until the sun burn out. Fuck they family. Fuck getting some pussy again. They just totally, they barbaric. They barbaric. They barbaric. They barbaric. They used to those types of conditions. Similar to them caves in Europe. Peace. Follow me on Instagram at The Real Gully TV. I know I ended this abruptly, but it's going to be a part 2. Y'all just stay tuned. Peace.